Challenger?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
We're gonna have to bleep some of these.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Oh, who cares, man?
Everyone, and how's it doing? Welcome back to Nothing But Footy. Back in the studio after a cracking round of finals. Will seems to be having some technical difficulties with his mic, so I'll go to you, Keon, first. How are you, Kiz?
I'm good. Great finals weekend, round one we had. Don't
Yeah.
know what's going on with Will's mic. But
Trying to move it, and the thing was just going down every time I move it, and then I'm feeling the bottom of it, and then the whole thing just falls out.
Yeah, fantastic week to kick off finals. We all got a great feeling for it. Very keen for what's to come, but
There we go.
we'll go with the first game, which is Crows take on Collingwood at Adelaide Oval. And this one was just a fantastic way to start it off. Had a lot of feeling in there. We'll touch on that later, but great way to get everything kicked off on a Thursday night too. Pies obviously came out the victors here by about 24 points. What's your first take on this one, lads?
I was pretty happy. I backed the Pies in. I thought they were going to be able to stand up to it. We know the Crows first final for majority of their boys. What was it? 17 of them or something that hadn't played. They hadn't played a final since 2017. Being that grand final, they lost. First sign was they didn't do the power stance. I was thinking, we're going to get a power stance. They didn't do the power stance. But Collingwood, they were better all day. However, from that third quarter after half time, that's when it really kicked in.
Mike, sorry about that. Few technical issues. Had to go ahead and set up the light. So the video looked fantastic. But the first one I want to touch on is Darcy Moore. What a game he had. Started off, had that horrible fumble where he just missed the ball and it fell on the ground. I think Jordan Dawson got that good goal on him and then just turned it around from there. Was really a key pivotal part in the win. Thoughts?
I thought he was awesome, to be honest. That was what he was able to do from the get-go was just unbelievable. I was surprised Adelaide didn't really try and do something to stop him. And I thought Fogarty probably wasn't very good, so that was probably something they could have looked at. And I thought that was something disappointing from Nix as a coach, that he just let it happen throughout the whole game, didn't look to change it at all.
Your thoughts, Will?
Yeah, I thought Moore was incredible. I think a lot of it was to do with Brazzy's hard work. Every contest, Brazzy was there basically, it felt like, and it really freed up Darcy Moore. But yeah, that's definitely the best game I've ever seen Darcy Moore play.
Yeah, on that one, they now go and play Hawks, obviously, in a semi-final at Adelaide Oval again. They'll be looking to kick on here and really prove themselves. Considering what they did to us last time, it's going to be a very interesting game. Who do you need to step up in this one? Who didn't perform, and you need them to turn it around to make sure their final series stays on tap?
Well, I think their captain's the main one, Jordan Dawson. He finished with the 19 touches, disappeared in the third quarter when things got tough for them. And that's the main man you most likely look for. Thilthorpe, you could just tell he was really nervous, whether that just came down to...
You thought Thilthorpe wasn't good?
No, I thought he was... He will look back at the game and there was 5 or 6 moments that he had. That he was
yeah,
really
like the Ben
disappointing.
Keys one, yeah.
But him going for marks was really disappointing. Just jumping in the air and not even putting his hands up. There's a few moments where he'll look back at it and go, probably should have been a bit better. So I thought he could have stood up in moments a bit more. Thought Tex was awesome, to be honest. If he could bring that against Hawthorn, that's something really good. And that you look at him, he's played a finals before, so he understands.
On the 300
the
game too.
Yes, it was. And I thought Zach Taylor would have a bit more presence in the game. However, he didn't, and that might be something that they might look at changing, I reckon, possibly bringing Dowling back in, who was quite good in the last round of the season, that they did end up dropping. But it's just, if everyone for Adelaide can play 10% better, then they should be able to just walk through Hawthorn.
Will?
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit different to Keon here. I think I agree with what he said. Dawson, I thought Dawson was pretty disappointing. That second half, him not being there was a big issue. But apart from that, I thought mostly everyone played a really, really good brand of football. You look at their forward line, Thilthorpe kicked a clutch goal to bring him back in it and was a presence all day. Also gave Riley O'Brien a chop out in the ruck. Tex was incredible. Josh Worrell was incredible. Neil Bullen was one of the best games I've seen him play for the Crows as well. Dan Curtin, another one that was good. Mark Keane, that was good. Luke Pedlar was incredible.
Yeah, he was amazing.
So the one I would name apart from Dawson is probably Ben Keys. He ended with the 15 touches, but don't let that fool you. He had no impact on the game. And they definitely need to see impact from him. James Peatling's another one where I'd like to see him and do a little bit more, but there was a couple of them that just really at the bottom end of the field. But for the most part, if they played the way they did, I reckon they'll roll over the Hawthorn Hawks easily. For me, Collingwood just played really fucking good. They played Adam Nicks to a T. They didn't let them play the way they wanted to play. It wasn't working down, bringing it down forward. So they're trying to surge it with the handball and they're cutting them off every way. So, but I think it's all good unless, I don't know, Sam Mitchell, not a very experienced final side. I don't think he's going to try anything too outlandish, considering, you know, they'll just try and play their way. But I think they should run over the top of Hawks if they play like that.
I think for Collingwood, the one thing, they've got the week off because I can see that if this was, let's say, an elimination final and they won this, for me, the way I looked at this game was this was almost their grand final. So I am nervous for them come the prelim if that was the best that they could give. If, you know, anything can happen in a prelim. So if they don't show up the way they did in that game, it might be a bit nervous for them because they really gave it their all. But that's what they did. The way they played is the way they played in the first two-thirds of the season. And they got them over the line in this game. And they dominated for 70% of the game.
Indeed. One thing I want to touch on before we move on, Isaac Quainer getting booed along with Dan Houston. Thoughts on it?
Yeah, there's just no need for that sort of booing a game. I get, everyone is allowed to do what they want to a degree, and it's not a thing you can get fined for or kicked out the stadium for. But I think it's just no need for it in football. We're there to celebrate the players, celebrate the teams. I don't think we, Isaac made a mistake. Came out, he admitted it last week. I mean Rankin as well, by the way. I realised they're both Isaacs.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I was like. Isaac made a mistake, and I realised, I should probably say which.
I thought you were saying Quainer made a mistake, and I was like, "Where's this
that's
going?"
What I mean. Rankin made a mistake. He came out, he apologised for it, and just no need for it. And even Houston was getting a couple boos as well. Yeah, that was a bit more, I think, towards just they hate him.
Adelaide, Port Adelaide, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Did you hear Craig McRae's press conference?
I did. I thought it was the way that he spoke in the press conference versus how Nick spoke in the press conference.
Horrible.
Showed the level of media training that Nick's lacks versus what Craig McRae always speaks so well.
Yeah, he's very good at getting his message across.
But Nick's probably got a bit of a talk out too, I reckon, from...
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because you see their media posts too that they put out.
But I don't know. Probably not the best thing to say for him.
I found it funny that they were talking to Craig McRae and they're like, what do you think of the booing? And straight away he's like, were they booing? I thought they were saying Q. And then straight away came out with this perfectly planned response. And I was like, come on. You knew they were booing. Will, do you have anything to touch on that? No. From that one, I guess we move into Willy's Wonkers.
Here comes the money.
Oh, that's the wrong sound. That's all right. First Wonka to start us off. Will? Oh, no Wonkers this week.
You have one.
Oh, I do have one. I just thought there might be something else beforehand.
No, well, that's why it was empty.
Oh, okay. Goal square, Riley O'Brien, ball up, off the head, bounces along, perfect assist to steal side bottom, and goes to the big sticks. Don't really know how often someone has got a goal off someone else's head. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen anything like this before?
No, I've seen it in soccer, but not in football. I reckon if that was like, let's say it was Dawson that kicked the goal, surely that's an assist. Got to put that down as an assist, surely.
Yeah, score involvement.
Like, come on, it was a hit out to advantage.
I wonder if they would count it as a hit out to advantage.
No, I reckon in the rules it's got hit out to advantage would be like hand. But it was one of those stats where you don't get the praise that you should. But I mean, it worked out being maybe he got negative Supercoach points.
Oh yeah, surely that's got to be because I feel like Supercoach is kind of like vibes based at times. Like there's some guy that's like, oh, that's just poor. I feel like some guy who just took off 20 points off Riley O'Brien in that very moment. Next game.
Hang on.
Oh, sorry.
I had this in the intro, but I forgot to do it. Supercoach.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you go? The finals team.
I don't know. Let's find out.
So
How'd you go, Will?
I got 1190, so 1,190 in the top 20%. So not bad, not bad. Ranked 9,000th out of 40,000 people, so in the top 10K. I'll take it. But
Who do you lose now? Like who's?
I lose a lot of people. I lose Josh Dacos, obviously, because of the bye.
Yeah.
Bailey Smith because of the bye. Luke Jackson because they're out. Toby Green because they're out. And Caleb Sarong because they're out. A couple ones that did really well for me. Zorko, he could have done so much better. I think he was on like 60 at quarter time and only ended with the 126, but he was my captain. Josh Dacos, he only had the 96, but he could have gone a lot higher. Dawson disappeared only with the 76. Anderson with the 103. Could have gone better for me. Bailey Smith was one that was really disappointing for me. I was hoping, to get the midfielders that went 120 plus. Bailey Smith only scored the 84. Luke Jackson was good with the 125. Zach Bailey was disappointing with an 82. Toby Green was disappointing with a 37, which was interesting because I thought he was actually pretty good for that game. And my flex was Caleb Sarong 150. So he would have taken over Toby Green's score.
Keon?
I scored a 1118. I had Whitfield as my captain. He scored a 132.
Oh, nice.
Stewart scored a 124. Thilthorpe a 121. Dacos was my flex. He scored a 111, and he replaced Hugh McCluggage's score of 53.
Yeah.
My midfielders were my worst players. Dawson, McCluggage, Bailey Smith. And then Zach Bailey with the 82 and Darcy Cameron with the 94. And I lose five players.
1, 2, 3.
Doesn't really matter though. In all honesty,
No,
like you get clean sleep.
Check him out. Yeah.
There's a bit of loyalty though.
I do lose 3 of my 4 highest scorers from the round though. So
Oh, that would do it then.
Yeah, I lose 2 of my highest scorers, and one of them was my flexi.
Next game, Friday night at the G. Cats take on the Lions. And this is one I was thinking was going to be a bit closer, but the Cats played beautifully, if you ask me personally. Really all flowing well. Just, they're going to be hard to beat. There's numerous factors. There's numerous people in their team that I look at and I go, I really don't know what you're going to do to stop that person. And if you stop that person, someone else is just going to rise. Lions, don't feel like we saw them to their best. Looks like they were lacking a bit of structure. Their back line I didn't think was fantastic, but was that their back line being bad or was that the Cats forward line being so good? What do you guys think?
Well,
yeah, well, this game was an interesting one for me. I think the Cats played fucking incredibly, and I think we definitely expected that. But another thing was I think Brisbane were really, really average. In my opinion, I think Chris Scott, he really coached the team super good. It felt like there were Geelong players everywhere every time they had the pill. There wasn't really a player that I saw that had a bad game for Geelong, which was, a plus side to say the least. and there were just players that disappeared for Brizzy. Like, you look at someone like Charlie Cameron, only the 2 touches. Logan Morris, only the 6 touches. And their bottom end is a real big bottom end. Sam Day, 7 touches. Ty Gallup, 8 touches. Sam Marshall was a sub. Won't count that. But, you weren't ever, like the win was only 38 points flogging in Sharky standards. But you were never thinking that Lions were going to get up at that point at any stage of the game. So,
yeah, I couldn't tell you. I don't even know how the hell you're supposed to beat Geelong, in my opinion. You just got to hope they don't show up.
we think of it this way, right? Like, Darcy Fort had 52 hitouts.
Mm-hmm.
And I still reckon that Brisbane got demolished in the midfield. I'm like, how does that work?
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many ways that you have to find a way to stop him that you just can't. Because, you start from the back line, all right? Let's stop Tom Stewart, okay? We've stopped Tom Stewart. Now we've got to worry about Ollie Dempsey on a wing, okay? We stopped that. Now we've got to worry about Max Holmes. But they've got Bailey Smith, okay? Well, they've now got Mullen, who's taken out our best player out of the game. They've got Atkins, so we can't actually get a clearance because he just tackles us.
We stop Manor and then Brian Myers pops up.
Yeah.
And then we stop Brian Myers and then Jack Martin pops up. It's like, fucking how deep does it go?
Then you've got a basically 2-man Jezza.
Oh,
and
my
then you
gosh.
got Shannon Neal or Stengel's just sitting at the front of the pack. It's just
Yeah.
like, and then it's Dangerfield as well. You just got to hope that
Yeah.
they don't show up when you play them. That's, in my opinion, the only way you're going to beat them. And I think Chris Sky is just a great coach that he's just able to out-coach even the great coaches like Fagan.
Yeah, I agree. I think the only way you're beating Geelong is if they
Don't show up.
Well, not even don't show up. I think if they kick terribly, like if they miss a lot of their goals, that's the difference. Like they kick 16 points, but they're still kicking 16 goals, Like if you can get that down to maybe 10 goals, 20, like have a real shit day out, like then fuck, you'd be good.
I
But,
think kicking 16 goals in a finals, that's crazy stuff.
yeah. Obviously, Brizzy, not looking good. Lockie Neal misses the rest of the season.
He didn't look that great, in my opinion, though, out there.
Oh.
Oh, well, I maybe I wasn't looking at
Ooh, hot
as intensely
take.
as you.
Very hot take.
Well, I didn't reckon I saw him a lot in the first half.
Well, oh.
23 touches in the first half wasn't enough.
Was
for
it
you?
23 in the first? I saw him so much.
He had 32 touches in it, and he only played 72%. He came off.
Wow.
He came off.
Who was I looking at then?
He came off in the fourth quarter and did his calf.
Yeah. Must have went under the radar.
Yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
bit of
okay.
a low on there.
Yeah, no, he has big loss. I don't know. For Brisbane, they didn't play amazingly, but I just think they're too banged up. You look at how many players they've had to use this year. You lose Lockie Neal, plus McCluggage is getting tagged, so it's so difficult. What do you do about that? Do you pull him out of the midfield and hope that, you can rely on an Ashcroft or someone to do what McCluggage can do? I just think it's so rare for that. Dunkley always stands up in a game like this and he tries to do a job on other players.
Premiership player.
But if Brisbane do get knocked out this year, I'm going to say a disappointing season for them, but I'm not going to be super, angry and harsh on them because I just think they've had such an unlucky year with injuries. They just looked so banged up.
See, I agree with that, but I feel like it's not an excuse in the sense that, like, I read their lineup and I go, okay, their back line, they don't have Jack Payne, but they got Zorko, Lester, Fletcher, Andrews, Starcevic.
Yeah, they
Darcy
had
Gardner as
8
well.
players under the age of 22.
It's true, and then you look at their forward line: Charlie Cameron, Lohman, Rayner, Morris, Archie.
Players-
Day as well,
Like Cameron, I'm surprised he was still. I think he held his spot because of that game against Hawthorn.
yeah.
If he had a game where he again did nothing, there was a chance he could have gone. But the thing is, I can back him. I reckon then they're not going to drop him, but I could back him to show up in a semi-final. But again, I'm really angry that I have to say this because Zach Bailey, he may have had an amazing game, but defensively, he got shown out a bit. Max Holmes got out the back so many times when they were playing on each other.
Every
out the
time they
midfield,
switched
and
the,
it's just
the ball.
Zach, you're so good, but come on, man, we got to defend a little bit.
Yeah.
So that definitely hurt him, especially when McCluggage, who is a very good two-way runner, is getting stopped. He also gave up. With he was going to tag Mullen kicks his first goal.
Yeah.
That just set the tone. When you're getting tagged and the bloke who's tagging he kicks his first goal, especially in a final
After
in
7
the
points.
first quarter. Yeah,
One of the big
doesn't
reasons
look
as
good.
well that I think that Geelong is going to go all the way is because they are like Oisin Mullen is so good at taking out their best player. And I think it was like Hugh McCluggage didn't even play this game. Like it was ridiculous. He played the 81% time on ground, had under 100 meters gained on the 14 touches, 10 of them handballs. Like,
He had one kick at halftime.
ridiculous. But then I look at next week and I go, well, Hugh McCluggage isn't going to get tagged next week. And they've got basically a full midfield again, minus Lockie Neal. I
And they
think,
were
fuck,
still good without looking beforehand.
and that's what I mean. I think, fuck, they're a good chance. And that's why I think Geelong is so dangerous, because it doesn't matter who they're going to go against. They will find a way to nullify your best player. And if you don't plan for that, which I don't think Brisbane planned for Hugh McCluggage to get shown out like that, it really shows.
There's one team that I think could actually get on top of Geelong, let's say if it's in the prelim, if they get there, is actually Adelaide, because they don't heavily rely on their midfielders.
Yeah, their midfield sucks.
Like they don't have a good midfield. So
Yeah.
even if you do tag, let's say Dawson, right?
I feel like Dawson's kind of hard to
they're not
tag as
gonna
well.
Rely on it, but you can also move him in multiple.
That's what I mean. Like you can play him
places.
half back and then
full forward, like you
yeah,
can move him
anywhere.
around. So that's a sort of a way I think. But if they play Collingwood in let's say a grand final, they're going to tag Dacos or Degoe, and that's sort of who they make their game plan around. Whereas Adelaide's not too much relying on their midfield, so
Yeah.
that's probably a team that could get a go at Geelong. How did you look at the McCluggage tag? Would you have just, like they did, let it happen, or would you have tried to move him out and put him at half forward?
Yeah, you would try and move him, but I saw he was on the bench a lot like in the middle of when it was happening. He was a lot on the bench, and that's what I didn't like. Try and move it around a little bit, but like Geelong were having none of it. It was literally, it didn't matter where Hugh McCluggage went, Oisin Mullen went with him. If he went to the bench, Mullen went with him, and I really love that from Geelong, because even when the game wasn't in their balance, he did not let him get into it at all. Like
Which we saw even when they were playing Essendon and those teams at the end of the year. They or Butters.
Yeah.
They were up by 80 points and they still didn't let go Butters.
And McCluggage got he got the ball more in that second half, but it was cheap touches. You'd live with that, you know what I mean? And that's the thing that they said, I don't care who does anything else, we're going to make sure that Hugh McCluggage has a terrible game.
The only thing of note is, and I went back and had a look before the game, is they do take out one of your midfielders. However, they allow a lot of ball to the other midfielders. Like when you go through this game, Neil had 32, Dunkley had 30, Ashcroft had 30, Bailey had 25. And then if you go back and you look at other games, i.e. when they played, let's say, Port Adelaide, Wines, I think, had the 30 plus. Drew had 20 odd plus. Like they allow the other midfielders to have a good game, but that's obviously because Holmes and Bailey attack so much.
Yeah, and I also think when Darcy Fort's having 52 hitouts as well on someone like Mark Blitzarves, it's probably bound to happen a little bit. But yeah, they're a big problem, massive problem.
One more thing I want to touch on before we move on is Cam Rayner and his little performance inside the goal square. Just your first thoughts on this.
The first one, not there. Shouldn't have been a free kick, soft free kick. However, the second one, it's there in a normal game of football. We're playing finals football. We're playing the toughest fucking football that there is in the fourth last week of the year. The first one shouldn't have been there. If the second one was paid, I'm not going to argue with that one because that's fair enough. That can be there, not be there. But first one shouldn't have happened in the first place. It's the fact that you can give away such a soft free kick for that 100 meters off the ball when the other team's going for a goal. It was literally, and then you give away that free kick. It was literally an 18-point turnaround. Unbelievable.
Well, sorry, you go, Will.
How I feel the same. That first one, not there at all. You can't fucking call that. No matter how much he flops, like, ridiculous. But what the fuck was Zach Guthrie thinking? You've just seen them pay a free kick 100 meters the other way, and you decide to go up to the same bloke and push him over after. He was obviously going to flop there. What are you thinking? Like, that's where I don't mind the second one being paid, because it's just fucking stupid from Zach Guthrie, you know? Like, don't do it, and it won't be a free kick, you know? Like, that was completely in his control.
Have you guys seen the vision of him talking to the ump beforehand?
Yeah, I'm not very,
No.
wouldn't be very pleased with that if I was the AFL.
What happened?
Yeah.
Basically just got in the umpire's face and was telling him what O'Connor was doing, but like really like aggressively in his face. I think he was even touching him.
Yeah,
at stages
it was.
as
They
well.
were very. He was like
Um,
right up on his face.
and
Oh.
then O'Connor ran over and was basically trying to make sure he wasn't able to talk to the umpire without him being there. He was just pleading, "I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing anything by the rules." But Rayner was really getting in the umpire's face.
Mm.
So they haven't done anything about it, I believe. But
No.
I don't think they'd be happy about it. They'd probably give him a call during the week.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, he did that, and then you look at the next thing when he's going for the goal, and the umpire's not even looking at the play, just looking at those two. So that was bound to happen.
Well, that's
if nothing.
another O'Connor. He also tags. Like he goes to the best sort of impact player that the teams have.
Do you reckon Cam Rayner will get any fines of any kind?
No, I don't think so unless there's more vision to be said. What I saw, because we don't know, because he could have. We don't know what he said, but he could have walked up to the umpire and gone,
No,
"Can
no.
I show you what he's doing?" Like he could have been like,
Not that. I'm saying for him flopping.
"Oh, he should get fined for the flop."
Yeah.
Yeah. If the AFL's serious about cutting out flopping, that should be a fine.
Will, I assume you agree?
Tom Hawkins got fined when he went around the world when they played Hawthorn a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but like, I feel like the AFL, like, they say they don't want flopping, but they never fine anyone, and they keep giving free kicks for it. You know, like, you can't fine someone for getting a free kick, and it should be a fine, but it shouldn't be a free kick as well. You know, like, but then it's the double thing. You know, Cam Rayner goes, "Well, you can't call me flopping if you gave me the free kick." You know, like, but it should never be a free kick.
Yeah. Last week, big hot topic, my ranking. The ranking of if it's a blowout, if it's a close game, if it's not. You guys asked for an official formula
I like
that we
this.
can test out. I've got one up today. I'll pull it up for you lads. And let's go through some games and see where it stacks up. Working on it at the moment. So for this game, we'll go. It was a win by 38 points. The ladder difference, what's their difference? It's second
One.
and third.
What are
So
we talking about then? One, yeah.
one. Who was on top again? Was it
Geelong.
Geelong? So one. And then we go to how long they were in front. So we'll go ahead and pull that one up. And let's see what it ranks at. We have close, decent, and blowout. So they were up for that long. So this was ranked a decent win.
Decent win.
Is that like,
Decent
is it a 0 to basically he's got a number
colours.
66.8. Is that a percentage?
Yes.
So it's a 0 to 100.
Yes.
So
It'll change the colours as we go on.
a 38-point win is not a flogging,
Not a flogging.
right? So what
So we're
about
going
the,
on. We've revised from last week because last week, internally,
yeah?
we took notice and we went, winning by 38 points probably isn't a flogging.
So at what percentage does it go to green?
Green is anything, believe, below 33%.
What?
The closer it is, the smaller the percentage is.
Okay.
The more of a flogging it is, the
Right.
higher of a percentage it is.
Okay, can I give you one,
What?
right?
Of course you can.
So
Can we go to the Adelaide Collingwood game?
Wait, I just want to look at one. Give me 45 points.
Yeah.
Ladder difference of 2.
At the time?
Yes, at the time, yeah. Ladder difference of 2. Could even be 3, I can't remember. And time ahead was
Dun, dun,
Uh,
dun, 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 dun,
100 and-
dun,
no,
dun,
not-
dun,
95 minutes.
dun, 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 dun.
Decent game.
Decent win.
So that was 3/4 time against St Kilda versus Melbourne in that game. So
That's
I
a-
don't
so
know if I
that's-
believe that because that was a pretty shit game at that point.
That's a decent win.
Decent win, but
but
we're
that was a
close to be.
shit. I feel like that number should be a lot higher.
So go give me. No, it's
Yeah, do the Adelaide game.
yeah,
I'll
Adelaide.
do you have it,
yeah.
or do you want me to give it to him?
So 24 points.
Yeah.
Ladder difference was
-3.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then how long was Adelaide in front?
I think it was 122 because I did it this morning.
Do I give you Adelaide or do I give you
You
Collingwood?
give Collingwood
Collingwood.
97.2.
Decent game. Got to give me a close game or something like this.
Okay,
a close game or a blowout.
I'll give you the
Give
Freo
it a
one.
blowout.
I'll give you the Freo one.
But what do you think of this so far?
So you got 1
We've gotta
point.
refine
I'm
it.
confused.
1 point.
Yeah.
What's the ladder difference between those? 1. Was
One.
it? No, yeah, 1. But Gold Coast 1. Yeah, so 1 is a positive. And 108 minutes.
Shit game.
How's that,
Shouldn't that be
how's that a
like-
decent win?
Yeah, there's a problem with the formula.
There's a problem with the formula.
Shouldn't
but,
that be like
Like,
0.0?
Wait.
Will, do you want to say what you're thinking? Because
So
His formula doesn't work. so-
originally, right? You based it off by how much they won by.
yes,
How happy they are with the win, right?
yes,
So like plus 38 points, and that's a flogging. That would be green, right? Just in your original theory. But then
sorry, I zoned out there.
so plus 38 points, or
Yes.
36 points or whatever it was.
Yes,
That's a flogging.
yes, that would be red.
Why is that red?
Because
It's a shit game or it's a good win.
Oh, so I got it in terms of watchability.
Oh, so you've got it in shit game.
Yeah, I've got it.
Right, I'm still thinking of good win because you're thinking of I'm thinking of the win.
Yeah,
Right, so this is like ratings.
yeah. This is ratings. This is what you would sit down. What do you want to
Those
watch?
incredible games. I don't know what that is.
So,
So is it fixed now?
no, it's not.
But
fixed.
then when you say decent win, do you mean decent game?
no, I mean, good game. Oh, decent win. What I was saying before. That's like
Yeah.
a good win. That's like if you're sitting down and you're at Adelaide, you're at Collingwood. You're like, that was a good win, guys. How good?
But you just said it was watchability.
Okay, well, I feel like we're getting too much into it here. First draft, I'm letting you know I'm working on it.
Okay.
We're getting some
Yeah,
graphs and
I don't
progress.
mind it. I don't mind
We're
it.
getting
at
some
all.
graphs and work.
Yeah.
We're going to test it out. We're putting a few variables in
Yeah,
there.
it's in the lab at the moment.
It's working
I
on
don't
it.
mind it.
I have
Yes.
something to say.
No, God.
2 things. No, I have a pro and a con.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with the con, right? Because I'm just going to shit on you, but then I'm going to build you back up.
Oh, okay.
Build
The
you back
con
up from the
is
ground.
I don't like how it's turned into a formula because first of all, it was just your number. Like it was your thing was like 40 points or 30 points or whatever.
Yeah,
it was.
but then we.
But
Then we
now
got-
we're including time ahead, what the difference was on the ladder.
well, these are things we did talk about last week, though. They were
No, it
mentioned.
is. And so then I'm going to build you back up. I do really like the formula. It's something that we can bring into next year and it can tell us about games. I feel like we've got our own little, it's starting to get our own little like champion data sort of thing.
Sharky's data.
Sure. I was
No,
thinking about more
Sharky's
like
data,
nothing but
yeah.
footy data, but
I mean,
Sure,
I'm
we'll
fine to
label
share the
it.
credit. Well, we
We'll
are
label
working
it
on it
to you.
together. So, I mean,
this is like the pressure gauge, but the game gauge.
Sharky
the game gauge, like
yeah,
that one.
that's nice. Actually.
Let's put that down
We'll
somewhere.
fucking copyright that. If anyone takes it, I'll be furious.
Don't know how to spell gauge, but we'll get there.
GAUGE.
Something we can get up on the socials if it's smashing at halftime. Be like, game gauge says this is a
Yeah.
absolute blowout brewing.
Well, we won't use that game gauge because if it's a 1
No,
point game, we're like, no, guys, don't
Yeah, I
stop
don't know.
watching.
I don't know what's
It's fucking
happening.
shit.
So do you want the number to be higher? or
Low,
do you want
low,
the number to be
low, low.
You
So
want-
that,
you
that
want-
was right. What the game gauge is at right now is correct.
No, but they were all like this game, right?
Yeah.
They won by 1 point. Time ahead. I need to make sure time ahead's down in value.
Yeah.
What?
Well, if you're ahead for the whole game, but it's still a 1 point difference, it's still a good game.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
just got to change the value of how much the time's worth.
Yeah.
You almost need.
But how was that one? Click out of that?
Oh,
it
that's
wasn't one
because I
before.
adjusted. That's because I don't need to get into it. We're
Yeah.
working on it.
Right.
It's going to be.
Because that wasn't one. That was like
No, I
shit
know. But
before.
I'm saying, what if that
Yeah, it was
right
this
now?
before.
Forget about
Yeah,
it being at 47. But if it
47.
was at 1 right now, that's right.
Yeah.
Around about that. Because that Gold Coast game is basically as close as you can pretty much get.
Yeah. Can we do it the other way? So it's like 100 is the best game and then 0 is like the fucking dog shit game?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
That's fine.
sweet.
We'll get to work on that one. Next game we have is Hawks take on the Giants at NG Stadium. My boys coming away with the win. Very happy. Third quarter, nerve wracking, but just seemed to have the momentum going into the fourth. At the end of the fourth, obviously, we're getting walloped at 3/4 time, and just came away with the win here. Nothing too fancy. Yeah, proud of the boys for pulling this one out. Didn't think we were going to pull this away, but don't think we saw Giants to their fullest, and we had a few players really stand up. Takes?
Fuck me, they got so close.
Oh,
I know you were shitting your dad.
he was. I can tell you. I was
I was in the
with
car
He
with
was-
him.
he
Well,
was-
fun
wow.
fact, while we're in the car, I thought the game was fourth quarter.
Oh, did you?
So I was sitting there like, no.
Oh.
Because we were at the footy, obviously,
Yeah.
watching and couldn't watch, and I was fully invested. And then I get in the car, and I'm like, oh no, like I'm about to get another loss. No. And then they're like, the siren goes. I'm like, I'm about to get ready to celebrate, and they're like, that's 3/4 time, and I was like, oh god.
And that's Josh Kelly for you. Fucking hell, he was electric.
That was unbelievable.
Maybe I don't mind leaving him as sub. You know, he had 9 clearances, 2 goals, 18 touches in 43% time on ground. Ridiculous.
Well, they don't have a chance to make him the sub again this
Well,
year.
no,
So
next year.
I don't understand what is with GWS not being able to play 4 quarters of football. We've seen it all year.
Mm. Is that it?
Oh, that's what I say.
Oh, okay, yeah, ridiculous. But, fuck that. Like, it sucks because they really did get so close. But yeah, Hawks just able to pull away in that fourth quarter. That first half of the fourth quarter, that they went
kicked
up.
the first goal, GWS,
and they
there's
kicked a
chance
point.
here.
They kicked the first goal and then they kicked a point to go up a point, and then they just fucked it. They just went and fucked it.
I was amazed. It was Toby Green that kicked that behind.
Yeah, could have won it for him.
That it was tied, I think, or he tied it with that behind. But if he kicked that goal, and it wasn't a difficult goal, like Toby Green kicks him from the boundary and stuff, and this one was sort of 30 out, 45-degree angle, and he just didn't kick it. I was backing him to kick it, and so he'd be looking at that really disappointed.
Yeah, like that first quarter, I felt just didn't go their way. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but
No, I didn't see the
inside
first half.
50s in that first quarter. I think it was GWS had 12 inside 50s to like 20 inside 50s or something like that to 3.
Yes.
And Hawks kicked 4 goals and GWS didn't kick a single goal just because like there was some bullshit. You know when like the ball doesn't bounce your way or it's just not your day. Like that happened like at least 3 or 4 times and Hawks all of a sudden had 4 goals. And it was just so hard to come back from that. But the whole time I wasn't thinking, fuck, Hawks are playing unreal right now. It was like, fuck, GWS are getting so stiff right now.
Well, I think I said that to you because it was halftime of the game we were at and I was watching it. And Hawthorn's first 5 goals came from 6 inside 50s or something, I was saying. And GWS hadn't even kicked one yet. And they, like you said, had quite a few inside 50s. Jai Newcomb has played 3 finals in his career. All 3 he's been the highest rated player on the ground.
Finals player in the 100th game too.
Unbelievable. Kicked the first goal. But from that moment, right, GWS, big problems. Wouldn't be happy if I was the coach. He got the 50-meter penalty, but then no one manned the mark. So he was able to run another 40 meters, run inside 50, kick the goal. You'd be quite disappointed as the coach if that's the tone you're setting early in the game. So I'm not sure who the player was, but yeah, that was not a good way to start. And yeah, just the usual names for Hawthorn: Impey, Amon. Amon able to kick a goal in the first quarter as well. And just all their players that usually stand up stood up. Battle, All Australian Josh Battle, he was quite good in the parts that I did watch, and I thought,
Can I put a hat in the ring?
yeah,
I'm in the hat. Sorry, Blake Hardwick.
oh, that's literally
Oh,
what I
beat you
was
to
gonna
it.
say, yeah.
How good.
Yeah, that last quarter when GWS were pushing.
He is the unsung hero. You don't hear about him. He doesn't do anything fancy, right? He's just hard at the ball. And, like, it just nullifies his play. Like, he's not going to win 100% of time, but he just tries his absolute guts out. And you just watch him. He's there. Like, and he's a scary bloke too. I'd be shitting my dacks if he was coming at me. But yeah, keep him down back. We had a little forward stage. Love him down back. Keep doing his work, and just be that gun that no one knows about. I'm all right with that.
So, GWS in that first quarter had 20 inside 50s, kicked for 3 goals, and the 2 behinds. Hawthorn had 13 inside 50s, kicked 7 goals, 2. So they had 9 scoring shots for 13 inside 50s, whereas GWS had 5 scoring shots for 20 inside 50s. So
Yeah, you'd be
furious.
If you're the defensive coach at
fuck
quarter
me.
time, well, you'd be ripped into those boys.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
I don't know if you boys have seen, but Cal Shadir injured, out for the
Well,
season.
first one actually, Darcy Jones. Terrible news. Torn his ACL.
Has he? Is that it? I haven't
Yeah.
seen that.
Yeah.
Is that confirmed? Oh God,
Well, it was confirmed basically from when he did it.
I knew he I was
The-
waiting for the actual.
The Giants posted said they've suspected ruptured ACL at halftime.
Yeah, I saw that, but I was just waiting for the actual confirmation.
Yeah. Well,
God, now I feel horrible for saying Cal Shadir
Yeah.
first.
and he was playing fucking good football.
He was.
Did you see his goal?
No, I didn't.
Oh
Didn't see the
my
goal,
God.
but he kicked their first or second goal to get him back going.
If you guys get the chance, watch his goal. Like literally, Amon gave him like maybe 2-3 meters, not even much, and he just comes through on the 50-meter boundary, just sails through from the right hand pocket, like unreal goal. And his pressure was incredible. Like he was playing such a good game, and fuck, it's just shit to see, especially after he's already had his first ACL done as well. So that's terrible news.
He'll put the helmet away for 12 months.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cal Shadir out, which means you suspect Mitch Lewis back in with the 4 goals he got in the VFL. Yeah, I really just hope when he comes back, he starts crashing a few packs. Like that's his main role within the team, and I just can't wait to see him do it. Like, I just want to see him play that, get a bit of older back in him. You know what I mean? I understand he hasn't had a proper preseason in forever, but do this now, have a great preseason, and come back next year and tear it up even more.
What happened to Cal Shadir?
Hamstring, I think.
He got
Hamstring calf?
tactically stubbed.
He actually got injured. Where is it? I'll find it for you guys.
What's interesting is by bringing Mitch Lewis in, Hawthorn might give up on a potential spot in the VFL Grand Final because if Deer's injured, they will be down a key forward if Mitch Lewis comes into the forward line. What's really annoying is when the teams came out, I actually said it to both of you boys. I was like, I was really considering tipping Hawthorn. I didn't actually end up doing it, but I think the fact that they did get rid of Lewis, it just allowed them to play that extra smaller body that was able to go into the midfield with Butler, and then the fact that Weddle came in and he went forward in that fourth quarter and was able to shut down Taylor and Iden and just bring the ball to ground to help Guinea and Watson out. But geez, I'll tell you what, Jack Ginnivan is just an unbelievable footballer. He just understands football basically better than anyone that I've seen. In that fourth quarter, there was times where I could see him pointing, telling people what to do with the ball. He's just a genius at work.
Sure.
Cal Shadir did his hamstring, by the way. Confirmed. As GWS, this season comes to an end, we're going to go ahead and talk about them. A bit of an exit meeting. Their season, to me personally, I don't know. you never knew really where to sit with them. Like, you weren't coming into a game and like they're going to tear it up, but you weren't like it's going to be an easy win. They were definitely in the top half of the table, and I just had never feel it really personally had a lot of confidence what Giants we were going to see throughout the season. I do know they went through a few injuries. Kian, we'll start off with you as you are in the GWS colours today. What do you think of their season as a whole?
Yeah, it was a tough one for them because, like you said, I could never back them to win one of these difficult games. Be like, all right, yeah, no, they can win it. Or be like, oh, the home ground advantage is what it is. There was just times where I went, especially in the first half of the season, it was Hogan or bust before we saw Cadman really shine quite well. Green was a little bit off. Kieran Briggs was really struggling at times. They were missed Taylor throughout it. No Cornelia, no Callie. That was some disappointing things for them. However, they probably found quite a bit. I think, what's his name? Cadman. In his back end of the season, he was really good. Bedford was an interesting one because he kind of started with that tag role that we knew that he did, but then he got pushed out because he wasn't doing a good enough job. But I mean, when you finish fifth on the ladder, you do good enough. But they had opportunities at times where they could have finished fourth. But that was, I guess that's how football goes. It was a tough season. That one against the Bulldogs is probably one they'll really look back on and reflect if they could have won that. There was a chance for top four for them.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I think it's a heavily injury-ridden season. I don't look at this as danger alarms at all, in my opinion. Hogan obviously missed a bunch of weeks. They got Cadman, who's kicked, 40 goals this year. Great signs. They missed Brent Daniels the entire year. Jack Buckley basically the entire year. Cornelio basically the entire year. Josh Kelly missed a good chunk of the season. Like Stringer as well. Players like that where they were forced to rely on Lekalia a lot of the season, which he just wasn't. He's no Jack Buckley, and I think they definitely felt that for sure. I don't think they have any problems. They get another year into Callahan. They get another year into Hogan and Cadman, and Brent Daniels can come back firing with a preseason. Buckley's back. Taylor having another good year. Yeah, they should be fine. Lockie Ash finding his feet this year. Wasn't All-Australian this year, but if he keeps his form up, you'd think he'd go All-Australian next year with Whitfield as well. They'll definitely be fine. But I think injuries really fucked them up this year. They could never get like a consistent 22 that they wanted to put out week after week.
Yeah, I just have a worry for this group if they can't win finals. They've got this, and it's something that'll probably hurt them until they are able to win one. And I don't know if they can do that unless they make a top four and just be able to get that second chance. Because last year we saw they went out in straight sets in games that they should have won. So it becomes this mentality of even if they are up by 30 points at halftime next year in a prelim, let's even say they get to that, then in their head it's going to be, oh, well, we've been in this situation before. They just need a one win. If they can get to a prelim, then I think it's all right because that means they got to win. They just need to get one win. But yeah, it's something that, Callahan, Ash, Cadman, those sort of Harvey Thomas, those sort of players who haven't been able to win a final yet.
I will say I did think Ryan Angwin was very, very good, all things considered. I was very surprised at his game, and I thought, fuck, he was actually like electric.
Is there anything more you guys want to touch on them?
I don't think so.
Fantastic. Then we'll move on to Kiz's crack.
Have a crack at him first.
Let me have a crack at it.
You get all worked up enough to crack it.
Kiz, take it away.
So Kiz's crack, we're going to speak about the four teams that lost this week and have a bit of a crack at them and, see how I feel about them. So first of all, we're going to start with Adelaide, and a couple of these are ones that I've been harping on about for quite a bit this year, especially in the last 6 weeks. And number one is Adelaide. Their ball movement. They haven't had the. I just don't understand. It's from their defensive 50. They just can't move the ball into the forward line, and that's something that really they struggled on the weekend against Collingwood. Was when they did win the ball when Worrell, let's say, took an intercept mark. They just weren't able to move the ball into the forward line. Something that's really struggled with. So whether they've got to back it the way that they've played this year, but it's something they might look at the off season. Maybe Laird isn't strong enough, able to do what it is, and we know they put it's a big push for Nazaya, weren't able to get that, but maybe look at something else because I just don't think that their ball movement is strong enough. Yes, they're able to hold up in different areas, but in this game they were able to get found out. Then for Brisbane, solely I think they were just outcoached, and like I said about Zach Bailey, players I felt didn't really want to defend. And yeah, Chris Fagan, he just got out coached in the end. Didn't really move McCluggage around. Was there a thought on something to do with Dempsey? I mean, we've seen what he's been able to do throughout the years. And then moving into GWS, did they make the right option of bringing back all the injured players? Hogan struggled to fly for marks. Kelly, we know he was amazing. Canelio wasn't that too great. I know he was a concussion, so he would have been able to at least run around. But Hogan, I think, was the main one. Was he underdone? Gruitsky was playing quite well. I know how good Hogan can be, but you know there was some problems. What do you reckon, Will? You reckon they brought too many back?
I don't think so. I think they definitely needed to. I was honestly upset that they didn't bring more back, to be honest. You know, I don't know. The GWS are hitting this fine line at the moment where they need to win finals games, and I think I don't know. Buckley and Daniels must have been really bad. They're not play, and if they weren't bad, I question Kingsley's decisions in not playing them, because this game, like you weren't top four this year, you know, like it makes me think that they thought they were going to roll over Hawthorn quite easily and, you know, give them one more week and, you know, we'll be firing for next week.
Yep.
But like it just gives me Adam Uze vibes. Like it's now or never, you know what I mean? And unfortunately it's like, you know, you can always think about next season, but how long until you just take a risk? Most clubs that win premierships, they take a risk. And it can either go your favour or not go your favour. But what's there to lose? You didn't have Brent Daniels and Jack Buckley the whole season anyways, you know? Like, I don't know. I just... like, I don't understand why he couldn't play, but, you know.
Well, to counter what you said, not that I disagree with it, but what they're thinking is that maybe they went, well, we did finish fifth without Daniels.
Yeah.
Do we think running the risk of someone who hasn't played AFL level football all year and we take someone else out is really worth it?
I guess it just depends how much you back in your best players, you know? Like, I can understand Daniels hasn't played AFL football in a long time, but he had that game in the VFL, you know? Like, we've seen it from every star in the AFL, and I feel like he's such a game changer for them, but, you know, wasn't meant to be, and now they've got a long preseason. But this is where I say, if they don't come back healthy for next year, like, I'm fucking off them. Like, you know, Jack Buckley and fucking Brent Daniels have had a whole season to get your body right. If you're not fit for preseason and, you know, able to get there, like, there's something going on with the strength and conditioning. And if you're not taking those risks when it comes to finals, then Brent Daniels gets injured halfway through next season anyways, like, what was the point, you know? So... yeah, I guess we'll see.
Then the
Time
other
will
one
tell.
for them was they need to dissect and work out what their problem is, and they've had it all year, of why they can't play 4 quarters of football, or even maybe 3.5 quarters, because they have this thing where they can play either a second half or a first half, but they can't play both mixed together. And they've got to work out what that problem is, why their players can't perform for the whole 120 minutes of a game. And then for Freo, they're another one is... I said it when they played Port Adelaide, when they gave up 8 goals in the second quarter. They can't do that against teams in the final series, and they went and did in the second quarter against Gold Coast, gave up the 7 goals. They end up losing by a point. They just let and leak too many goals as they get into periods where they just turn off and don't pay attention and give away stupid free kicks. And that's something they've got to work out as well of why do we have these moments where we just switch off what happens to our brains, what's going on. But then I will counter that and say they were the youngest team in finals. That was their first. They played 2 years ago, but for a few of them would have been their first final series to really have a chance to make an impact. They've got so many years, a lot of those boys, but that's the main thing they've got to work out.
Rolling on from talking about Freo, we'll go into Freo versus the Suns over in Perth. And could the AFL have written this any better if they tried? They got the Q Clash next week. They got Suns winning, so that's another finals they've won. And Swallow kicking the winning point.
Yeah,
Which very rarely do you get a winning point.
Yes, well, that was so interesting because I find it so funny just on that kick is so it gets called a goal. So he gets the emotion, the uproar of feeling he's kicked a goal to win them the game, the inaugural player, so much he's retiring. They brought him in, they backed him. Yes, he made a mistake late in the game that almost cost them, but he got it back. He gets the feeling, I've kicked the sealer. But then, best case scenario, it gets called a behind. You'd rather a behind than a goal with 9 seconds to go. There's a lot less chance you've got double the field than what they would have if it was in the middle of the ground. So he gets the emotion, but then he's able to also get the better outcome. So I think for him, that was perfect. Don't you reckon? I just find him he gets to celebrate the way that it was a goal, and then gets the outcome that they probably would have.
Yeah,
rathered.
it's both.
Yeah. Geez, how good is footy in moments like that?
Oh,
If how the ball, how that just happens, I feel bad for Cox because the ball gets knocked out in the tackle, and in one of those scenarios, you're a bit blindsided. You don't know what's going on.
there's nothing he could have realistically
times, though,
done.
where they haven't called that because the umpire's been aware to it. But I don't disagree with the call. I can understand that it was there. I just have seen it not called before, and it's just really unlucky for Cox. But Freo, they had their moments, and they really made a push late in that fourth quarter.
Mm.
I did think it was interesting. So Tracy goes behind the ball, and Gold Coast were like, "Oh, we're not going to." We've seen this before. Tracy goes behind the ball. He takes these intercept marks. We're not going to let that happen. We'll put Mac Andrew there, and Tracy didn't want to play defense on him. Basically, that's basically what it looked like. He just stood there, let Andrew get front position, and he's able to take an uncontested chest mark.
Mm.
What about Mac Andrews? He ended Essendon season last year, and this year keeps their season alive. Very rare. He kicked 2 goals before that in the season. Just comes alive when needs be.
Worth the money, maybe.
Yeah. Well, funny thing is, if Gold Coast win a premiership, Zach Evans, the
Ex-Renegades player.
ex-Renegades player, the cricket player turned footballer, will be on a premiership squad, which is pretty fucking crazy to think of, really.
Well, a better stat for me personally is Essendon is the only team in the 18 team era that hasn't won a finals.
Yeah.
Mm.
So there's literally been
and even
there's-
St Kilda's done it. So
there's been another team added in. You've got all this and they can't do it. It's just, when are they going to win one?
well, they celebrated their 20th birthday, I think, the other day.
21st.
Oh, did they?
21st birthday, yeah.
Wow, they can
20th.
drink in America.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm.
The fact that we're celebrating.
In the time that they haven't won a final, Gold Coast created a club, lost a fuck ton of times, like real bad, like real bad. Gained. Gary Ablett won a fucking Brownlow and won a final, all while they just did fuck all the whole time and then took
Well,
drugs.
Noah Anderson didn't even exist last time they won a final. He's now the
Yeah.
captain of the club that didn't even exist yet.
Yeah.
How did you see this game?
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a really good game. I thought, Gold Coast played a really good brand of football, but I thought Freo also did really play a really good brand of football as well. So, this game for me could have gone either way. I didn't really mind who actually won it. It's sad for Freo, but then I think about it and I go, well, there's Dave Swallow.
Mm.
And the whole reason I wanted Freo was because of Nat Fife. But then I think about it and I go, well, Nat Fife's had his fucking chances. If he wanted to win a premiership, he should have done it in fucking, what was it, 2013?
Yeah.
Stiff shit, now that I'm thinking about it. Dave Swallow hasn't even had a fucking taste of the thing. First final for the whole club. Back in Gold Coast. But yeah, apart from that, not really too much. It was, I don't know, like it was just a good game to watch, really.
Mm.
Everyone played pretty good football. Dudley got on the scoreboard, kicked 2 goals. Pavos is fucking electric. I think every club would love to have
Well,
someone
those
like,
Dudley goals back to back.
yeah.
It was late in the third, I think. Really got him back in the game. Got him buzzing again, and got the crowd up about because you could feel the crowd was sort of like, oh well, here we go again.
Yeah.
And then he kicked those 2 goals, got him up and about. The one I thought was interesting was Fife actually. I was really surprised they didn't bring him on earlier.
Yeah, they should have. It was ridiculous.
Because when he came on, he was actually really good as
Yeah.
well. So probably a bit of a
Having
mistake.
like him play his last game only 14% time on ground was just ridiculous. Should have taken off Michael Frederick so much earlier in the game.
Well, that's the thing. So Fife then also spent the last 7 minutes of the game on the bench, which when you're the sub, that you should be able to play basically the whole rest of the game. Especially
Yeah.
when you're only playing
You should be the
like less than 4.
The most energized player
Yeah.
on the field.
So that I think a bit of mistake was made there. But yeah, just a great game of football. Bailey Humphries, just a great football
Yeah,
player.
very good.
Like we did before, we'll do we'll do Frio's exit meeting. Considering they're all wrapped up now. Will, you were quite big on Freo at the start of this year. Very keen, excited. They had potential. They had real potential to go far. But, and this is taking me back a while, at the start of the year, they didn't show up.
No, they were dog shit.
And did that set the tone?
Well, obviously not because they made it back into finals. Their second half of the year was incredible, but
13 of their last 14 they won.
yeah, so I don't think the first half of the year really did much for them. It obviously didn't help when it comes to finals and top 4 spots and stuff like that, but you can only play off what you have, and they showed really good fucking mindset and determination to be able to come back from that. A lot of teams, like St Kilda or something like that, would just roll over and accept the season's fucked. But they didn't. And
Whoa, hold on. St Kilda,
we did the opposite.
St Kilda get to the point where they realise the season's fucked, but they'll still then at that point decide, then we'll make it look like we could have played final.
Yeah.
They
Have you
they
seen
get to like
those-
the 18th round, go, oh yeah, the season is fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know what? Let's just play good now.
Yeah, it's like we're sitting 16th.
But I feel like
Why
finishing
don't we finish
11th.
10th? like, but then the Saints will also they'll win the first 4 rounds, beat Collingwood, beat fucking GWS and something, and then be like, you know what? I'm gonna lose to West Coast really quick, and then just completely derail the system. But yeah, no, I think you're nothing but happy if you're a Freo fan because they have the youngest list in the AFL, and they just made finals and they almost won a final. So, fuck, you'd be so keen. Everyone that you would want to play good played really fucking good. All your young guns, like Alex Pearce was fucking incredible. They've got fucking unreal signs ahead of them. Jordan Clark, all Australian, fuck.
And Luke Ryan has found form in the back of the season when he was really struggling this year and last year.
No big injuries either. Fuck, you'd be so keen if you're a Freo fan for sure.
Yeah, I think the main one, if they can get Hayden Young healthy, play 18 games next year, Alex Pearce as well, same thing. I don't see why they can't finish top 4. Murphy Reid, in this game, he finished with a goal and 20 touches. He's just unbelievable footballer. He gets a proper preseason, another year under his belt. Luke Jackson and Darcy thing seems to be working.
Yeah, I know.
now.
We talked a lot of shit about it, but it is working good.
So yeah, it's just disappointing for them. They're going to lose a bit of leadership with Fife and Walter. So that's something they're going to have to really try and work through. But I thought the powerhouse Noah Anderson and Matt Rao they set the tone from the beginning and way through the game. The fact that they basically went in a
Hold up.
3v.
Hold up. Aren't we discussing Freo exit meeting?
Oh, I just didn't get to finish what I wanted to say.
I'm
About.
sorry. I thought we were going back down to the review.
Well, no, because you just went, and we'll talk about the Freo exit meeting. Didn't get a chance to.
Okay. Apologies for that.
They went against a 3-man headed pronged midfield. And there's just the two of them, and I thought they were awesome. The fact that they had between the three of the Fremantle play, they had 29 less disposals. You probably couldn't tell because they were still able to dominate through the midfield and make those touches that the players did have. Not that damaging. What was interesting was we do see how good Sarong can play when he's not tagged. So is that something if he can work on throughout the off season? I'm not sure what they can do about it, but maybe try and see if he can play a bit more forward time, something like that. But yeah, now we can get into the exit meeting.
Keon, your takes on Freo?
No, I thought their season was really good. They're a young list, so you can't be too harsh on them. Their start of the season was bad, but like Will said, they didn't give up. They relished at the opportunity and, took it head on. They could have given up. They did.
They were kind of in the same boat as Carlton, if I remember at that time. It's going a fair way back, but it was like, you want to name some bad teams? Carlton, Freo, Swans. And you look at what Freo's done out of those three to come back and to make finals and to really be 2 points away from playing in a semi-final. Like, their turnaround, just fantastic. And I think it shows a real determination within the players and the coaching staff. Then once everything kind of clicks into place for them, get a good season under their belt like this one, get a good start, they're going to be dangerous. Few players are hit or miss, but if they can get those guys like Tracy, he sometimes shows up or he doesn't. If they can get him showing up to 2 or 3 more games, it's looking real dangerous.
Well, funny thing is he actually played a more inconsistent year this year than he did last year, which is a bit disappointing, but you hope to see him back in the form that he played last year.
Yeah, I think they've got to find a way to get a miss involved as well.
Yeah.
He just disappears and has horrible games.
Played some very good ones as well,
He
though.
did. Just on, obviously, Fremantle. So at round 11, they had the exact same amount of wins as Essendon. At round 11, and Essendon had played one less
Really?
game. Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
And Melbourne had one less win.
With Freo's exit meeting all wrapped up, we move into Will's Where's Your Wallet?
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Dollar. Alrighty, only the 4 games this weekend, so not too much going on, but obviously finals footy. It's fucking big, The stakes are high, people are angry. A lot of fucking hitting and shoving and Cam Rayner staging. And we're choosing the fines here. So first game, the Crows versus Collingwood. Mark Keane striking 6th offence.
Wowza.
He's done it 6 times now, Mark Keane has.
What do you reckon it is, Gowan? 6 times. What?
I got $1,000 an offence, and you start at. Let's say what's the base? Let's say the base is 1,000. Oh yeah, I go about 6,000, 7,000. I'll go in the middle. I'll go 6.
I feel that's just more like an 8,000 kind of vibe.
I just feel like once you get to like more than 4, that it probably really doesn't change.
Yeah, I feel like it's diminishing, but like, I don't know. At the same time, I feel like it's going to be high. It should be high.
$10,000.
Jesus.
So 6th offence striking 10 grand he's copping. And Jordan Ngoe, rough conduct on Josh Worrell in the 3rd quarter. First offence. So first offence, rough conduct, what are we thinking?
750.
2.5.
$750.
Sorry, I went way too low there. It's been a while.
I think there's never been a fine under $1,000.
AFLW.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. That's like 250.
1,250.
$3 grand. So I think it depends on how much you hit them. No matter not just the first offence, because we've seen less for rough conduct. And then moving on into the Saturday games. Oh, just the one here for the boys. The Geelong Brizzy game. Tom Atkins, careless contact with an umpire. Second offence. Thoughts?
350. 3,500. I'm dropping a 0 on accident.
Yeah.
So he was. The guy was 3,000, wasn't he?
Yes.
I go 4,000.
Yeah, 3,125.
I'm on. Having a good run.
So those were the Willy's Wonkers for the Wheels, Where's Your Wallets for the week.
It's a Willy Wonka.
Yeah, it is a little bit, isn't it?
Now, although the home
So
and
nothing for Rayner.
Nothing.
Interesting.
Nothing for the Gold Coast game either in Freo.
although the home and away season is wrapped up, we're going to continue with tips internally here. We put them out last week, and Keon, congratulations. You did say this as we were getting everything ready. First time that you've been on the top of the tipping ladder for a while with the 2 wins. Me and Will both at 1.
Who did he have? He had
I got the 2 qualifying games right. 'Cause I went with Collingwood. That was.
I
the
thought you went with
difference.
Brisbane.
I don't
He
think-
went with
I didn't go with
Pies,
Brisbane.
Cats.
No, I said I really wanted Brisbane to win, but I thought Geelong because I had obviously Zach Bailey.
Yeah.
I wanted them to win.
Yeah,
but-
you just went for the Pies.
Yeah.
Geez, lucky Sharky went for the fucking Hawks.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I mean,
You could have gone 0 for 4.
that would have been bad. I wouldn't have been very keen.
Well,
for
making
that.
up one game is going to be
I
fucking
saw a lot
hard
of people
now.
go 0 for 4. A lot of people went 0 for 4.
Yeah, right.
Tipping.
Yeah, we'll keep you guys updated on that week by week.
Sorry, just one thing I wanted to say. Just back on the Wheels, Where's Your Wallet? Very interesting that the Gold Coast Fremantle game didn't have any fines, being that was probably the closest game.
Oh, yeah.
Shows a lot of discipline in those
Yeah.
players.
Mark Andrew.
Yeah. Not to give away, do stupid stuff, give away stupid free kicks. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's just good on them.
Now we'll move into the best finals player. So we're going to do it the same format as we have in the past, where 5's the best votes, 1's the lowest votes you can get. We'll tally these up at the end. Yeah, it'll be a little different, but still find out who's the best finals player. So, Will, we're going to start with you with 1 vote.
Josh Kelly. Incredible game. After being subbed on in the second half, 18 touches, 2 goals. We already touched on it, but that's the best I've seen him play in a long time. And it shows what happens when you chuck him in the midfield, really. Like, just let him loose.
Yeah, no, 1 vote. I've got the same, man. 18 touches and 50% of those are clearance. He had 9 clearances, finished second in the game with leading clearances, and he only played 43% time on ground. It's unbelievable.
With 2 votes.
Alex Pearce, the skipper, played an unbelievable game down back, and yeah, not much more you can ask for him, really. Didn't get the win, but fuck, they got close.
Keon?
I've got Steele Sidebottom. I thought in the back end of the season where Jamie Elliott and the other small forwards haven't really been able to stand up, they said Steele Sidebottom, we knew there was something that coming into the game that he was probably going to play more forward. And in that third quarter, he showed, why they offered him another contract and why he can keep playing footy and be so good. His versatility can kick on either side of his body. He was awesome to set the tone after half time.
Did you play the stinger for this?
No, I didn't. Well, because it's not 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's more like it's a best finals player. Like it doesn't slot into the normal one.
We're giving out
I'm just
votes,
hearing
aren't we?
excuses.
I didn't play it because I was like,
That was an
Well,
excuse.
aren't we giving out votes?
yeah, but it's not part of the original segment.
So
If
Well,
I
how- why is
got
it not-
an AI voice going finals,
Wait. So McLaughlin says
3, 2, 1.
No, he says 1 vote, 2 votes. That's 3 votes.
Yeah.
And what do you say to us then?
No, it's the same thing. I understand.
It
It's
is,
the
yeah,
same
exactly.
format.
It's the
It's
same
the same
thing.
format.
It's the same.
But what's
thing,
the
though.
difference?
We're divvying it up differently. We're divvying
How
it
we,
up.
what do you mean?
Well, this doesn't go towards the whole year.
But what does that have to do
But
with
what's
the
that
stinger?
have to do with it?
Oh, well, I
Just
actually
admit
made a
you forgot.
no. I actually made a conscious choice. This is this thing that's just so annoying. I made a conscious choice, thinking, you know what, this will be better because if I do it, you guys will go, This isn't part of the segment, but it's all right. It's all right. Next week it'll be there. Next week it'll be there. Three votes.
At this rate, it might not be next week for you.
Ooh.
That's horrible. What about the game gauge? The game gauge is currently my property.
Game gauge is all right. You still got 2 punishments to do though.
Oh, no, the formula's still sitting there, so we could just take
Company
it.
property.
Yeah.
3 votes. Will?
Ollie Dempsey, 3 goals, 25 touches, fucking electric. You literally could not stop him. He was just going up and down that wing, and he was saving goals. He was kicking goals. He was like Blake Acres in 2023. So
Keon?
Yeah, Matt Rowell. I wasn't allowed to combine and do Noah and Matt, so I went with Matt Rowell. I thought he was awesome. Just was able to stand up against Sarong, Brayshaw, and Young, and wheeled his team over the line. And that bloke just doesn't want to lose. He just has this mentality of I'll eat grass and I will not lose.
With 4 votes.
sorry, I was looking at something. Darcy Moore, best game I've seen him play in a fucking very long
been a minute.
time. It's been a very long time, but fuck, he was good. And you saw it happening, and you're like, oh, okay, good mark, Darcy Moore. And then you did another one. You're like, all right, let's play some football now. All right, show him do it again. You're like, hang on a fucking second, what's going on? And they did it for another time. You start kind of clapping a little bit. You're like, fuck, fair enough, you know. But geez, he really wants to keep that captaincy for next year.
Mm-hmm.
He does not want Dacos to get it. But yeah, he played a really good game.
Yep, I'm Darcy Moore as well. I mean, he's copped it all year for not being that good, and when the moments mattered, he was able to stand up in this game. He had 13 touches, and all 13 of them were intercept possessions. So he was unbelievable.
Finally, with 5 votes.
Yeah, I had John Newcomb. Just fucking incredible. Like, when it comes to finals, he's just a different man. And fuck, that's really what Hawthorn need. Someone in that midfield to be an absolute presence, just fucking turn it up and switch it on. I also thought Warple was very good.
Warple was pretty good.
Yeah, so I wonder what Sharky thinks about that, actually.
Didn't see him much in the second half. I
Same as Lockie Neal?
Yeah. I don't consciously remember seeing him.
But Warple did finish the 36 touches, so
Maybe it's, yeah.
He was incredible.
Wow.
It's the Warple hate.
Yeah, maybe I secretly thought it was someone else.
Yeah, Sharky's got the Warple hate.
I do have Warple hate.
disclaimer, Warple did not finish with 36 touches. John Newcomb for me as well. He was unbelievable. Set the tone, kicked the first goal, got the boys up and about.
What do you think James Warple ended with, Sharky?
23, 24.
20.
Oh, okay, close enough.
9 clearances, though.
We'll go to the total because this is the first round. There won't be too many surprises. But Jai, obviously, leader with the 10. Below him, Darcy Moore with the 8. Matt Rao with the 3. Ollie Dempsey with the 3. Steel Sidebottom with the 3. Alex Pearce with...
What?
Oh, Steel Sidebottom with the 2, sorry. Alex Pearce with the 2 and Josh Kelly with the 2 as well. Front runner will be Giant. Listen, if he can get some votes this week, that really puts him on top of the rest.
So how many of those boys cannot get any more votes? 2? 3.
The bottom
2.
two.
Yeah,
No,
bottom
plus,
2.
plus Matt. Oh, no, Matt Rouse still in.
The bottom 2, they're out of the running.
So the way I feel like this has to work is almost, it has to be an average
Of how many games?
you played.
Mm.
Someone like, let's say Darcy Moore, right? He's just got a grand final prelim now. Whereas if Hawthorn gets through to a grand final, most likely Newcomb will be the best player. And you'll get a lot of votes, but it's an interesting one.
We'll sort out the system as it goes on,
Yeah.
as we kind of see fit. Keon, I see that you want to discuss a bit of trade news before we wrap it up.
Yeah, just a few things I want to roll through very quickly. Obviously, Lee Collier today has announced that he would like to come to St
Really?
Kilda. Yep.
Confirmed? Oh, wow.
And I gave him a call. I said, Leek, mate, I saw how you played on the weekend. You finished on the bench for the last 15 minutes. Unfortunately, we've actually offered all the money we were going to give you to Callum Wilkie. So you're going to have to nominate another club. But St Kilda didn't like that from me, so
They'll pick him up. And they'll pay him like
we'll take
$1
him. Windhager's another one, came out 2 nights ago on Saturday night that he wasn't going to stay, but now St Kilda's come out and said, no, we're revising the contract. St Kilda, we're happy to get Lee Kalir, but we don't want to pay a bloke who his last 6 weeks of the year had 25 touches in all of those games and can dominate on a wing or midfield. Then I think this is one you've put in here, Will, Malcolm Roses.
Yep, he's coming to Richmond.
Interesting. I
Woohoo!
like that one. He's been really good. Played a lot of midfield in the VFL.
Yeah,
this
he's played
year.
really, really good in the VFL, and Richmond are very keen. He's picking between Sydney and Richmond, but I really hope we can get him because we get him for a cheap price, and he's got AFL experience. It'll be good to have.
Another one is Campbell Chesser from the West Coast Eagles. I believe he's nominated Carlton today.
I actually don't understand what people see in him.
Yeah, he's weird. I think he only played the last 4 games of the season. That was really it.
I saw it at the
he was-
start, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I was like, "Wait till he gets some experience in him, like Noah Long."
No, I just haven't seen him.
And then he got
perform.
experience in him, and I was like, "Oh, is this what we were waiting for?" Like, fucking hell.
It will be interesting though if he leaves and he can become a good player. If it's a West Coast thing.
Everyone's saying, "Can they take back Owies as well?" That's like what everyone at West Coast is saying.
And then the other one is Jacob Werr, the winger, who really been pushed out of the side since he got absolutely killed a few years ago. He's going to go to Port Adelaide most likely, so he'll be good another small forward they'll be able to grab
Yeah.
or play him on the wing.
That'll be good.
With,
Played the 14 games
replace
this
Boak.
year, so definitely he'll be good. I think it was 14 games.
So yeah, he should just walk in. He'll
Yeah.
replace Spoke most likely.
Yep. So bit stiff to not play every week for the Giants, I'd say.
And then another one in topic is this last touch rule. Very heavily, most likely going to come in. A few other things they spoke about was the 666. That'll stay. And for one more year, the 666 warning will stay as well.
Oh, and
which
then
is
they'll just
interesting.
fucking go.
And
Bang.
then,
Free
yeah.
kick.
And then also 5 on the bench next year as well.
Yep.
That's their reasoning. So they don't
So
want to get rid of the 666 warning because
last.
they think with 5 people on the bench, it'll cause a bit of chaos.
So what happens now? Like, so if I was St Kilda, I see this last touch go in, and I go, okay, well, I'm not going to offer Tom De Koning 1.7 mil anymore.
But they are.
But then, how does that work? Can he denominate and just stay at Carlton?
Imagine that.
You know what I mean? Like, because
Imagine it's like, hey, Carlton.
St Kilda can definitely go, hey, new rule, we're bumping this shit down to 1.2. Like,
We can turn around and be like,
but then he goes, hang on, but you said 1.7. Does he fucking like, hey, Vasi, like, does he like come crying back, or does he just go to Geelong and play with Sam De Koning?
I'm not sure. I mean, St Kilda knew this was coming anyway, but they still decided to do it. So it's
Why?
interesting. It's something they see in him that none of us do. You know what?
Imagine
Maybe we'll find
imagine
out
he's
or-
at your club and he's just like the best player ever. There was something they knew.
Yeah, but like, I don't doubt that he's a great player. Like, everyone knows that. But what's wrong with Rowan Marshall? What does he bring that adds to St Kilda that Rowan Marshall doesn't have?
Are they thinking that by the last touch rule, realistically, there's less ball ups, so you
Yeah.
want more of a midfielder in there?
No, well, like,
No, you do.
So-
That's just you don't. Your
If it's-
ruckman isn't playing as
Yeah.
isn't needed as much. So
you
there's no
won't need
to
two
need a good
ruckmen
ruck.
because you're not rucking as much as a ruckman.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that they're going to just basically have De Koning as another midfielder now.
Oh God,
no,
no.
that's no.
No, okay. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're thinking about. And then there's 2 more things. All 3 of our teams that we nominated for finals, they're still kicking. Sharky, obviously you got your own Hawthorn. You've got Adelaide, Will.
Oh yeah.
And then I've
think
got
we have
Gold
AFL.
Coast. Oh no, no,
Yeah.
not AFL. And then the other one was I have a punishment coming my way.
Oh,
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Well, I don't have a punishment. If Will doesn't remember why I have a
Well-
punishment, then
Oh, yes, he does. And can we get this up, Sharky? Because this is absolutely incredible. Do you know what we're talking about?
the Liam Ryan and
Yeah, but I want you to get up the votes.
oh yeah,
So West Coast had their BNF the other night, and believe it or not, so first off, Liam Baker, first year at the Eagles, won the BNF.
By a country mile.
Yeah, you'd fucking expect that. Ruben Jimmy comes in second. Harley Reid comes in third. And Jack Graham, who only played like 18 games, also left from Richmond, finishes fourth. This just shows me how fucking shit they are because Jack Graham was nowhere near our PNF.
No.
And we finished 18th. So then goes Brady Hoff, Ryan Marich, Liam Duggan. So we didn't see any Tom McCarthy in the top 10, which was a bit disappointing. And after Duggan in at the 8th spot, can we zoom in on that, please? Hello. In the 8th spot is Liam Ryan with 224 votes. And right next to him in the 9th spot is Elijah Hewitt with 221 votes. You can't fucking make this shit up. This is like one of the best debates we've had because of how close it was. Like the comparison is literally neck and neck. Crazy. So Liam Ryan beats out Elijah Hewitt by 3 fucking votes. That close.
They both played identical games, the same amount of games.
Yeah.
Everything's evens. You beat him by 3.
Crazy.
I'm recount. I want to recount.
You want to
I want
recount?
to recount.
Yeah. Well, so Kay, let's do the punishment with Sharky then.
Join me.
I thought you would just give me punishment.
No, I'll just. Well, the only way that he'll do it is if you do it with him.
Okay.
So
Let's
Yeah.
get a bit warmer now. I'm feeling a bit more inclined.
you're getting. What do you mean?
Like
Oh,
last
because
one.
you got a friend.
Yeah. I meant the weather.
What did McCarthy finish? Do we know? No, it doesn't say.
No, it doesn't. Does not say. If you guys have nothing else you want to add, we'll go ahead. Oh, something you want to add?
No.
Oh. We'll go ahead and wrap that one up.
Ooh, actually,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Thank you so much for listening.
Oh, I
in.
actually did have something.
Yeah, what is it?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for listening in. Very glad that you could tune in on this fine day. Make sure to check us out on the Instagram, the TikTok, buy a hoodie. And until then, we'll talk to you guys in the next episode.
Wait, I think Will had something to say.
Yeah, I did actually. It was what was it? Hang on, we were talking about this pre-episode.
It was to do with the podcast name.
Yes, that's right. It was in the run sheet. Shark, did you get rid of it?
No, I didn't.
I think you did.
You did. Oh, no. Oh, I see. It's in Freo exit meeting. Sharky, do you want to read that out?
Yeah, let me look. Oh, it's nothing. That's the end of the Nothing But Footy podcast. Thanks very much for tuning in. Go ahead and check us out on all of our socials. And we'll see you on the next one.